Hello, welcome to Vicky Makes and Builds. Right, I have another puzzle haul video for you today, and I know it's not that long since I did the last one, but as you probably know by now, because I've mentioned it a few times in previous videos, I've recently moved house, and of course, alongside moving house comes a lot of busyness and unpacking and upheaval and flattened furniture and all the rest of it, and I've not really been able to do a lot of puzzling in the last few weeks. But what hasn't stopped is buying puzzles. I seem to have dealt with the withdrawal symptoms of not puzzling by just buying more puzzles. So I had a few that were kind of stacking up a little bit, and I've got one that I'm very, very, very excited about, and a few others that I'm really looking forward to doing. And yeah, so I thought I would just share this with you today. So it's a smaller haul, but still a few puzzles that have built up over my short kind of puzzling break that I had that was forced upon me by a house move. So where to start? Right, okay, I guess I will start with Cloudberries. Now, I do like Cloudberries puzzles. I am a fan of Cloudberries, but these Cloudberries purchases were for quite a specific purpose. So basically, I thought that it would be good to do a kind of like a mini series, a very mini series, 2 videos in total, about puzzles that are geared for children. And I was actually gifted a puzzle from a 3D puzzle company, which I'll talk about in a minute, that I thought would be great to do with my son Jasper. But I thought alongside that, just kind of like maybe as a 2-part release one week, I thought it would be great to also try out the new line of children's puzzles that Cloudberries have very recently released. So I spoke to my daughter Freya and I said, Freya, I'm going to do this 3D puzzle with Jasper, but I thought you might like to have a go at these Cloudberries ones. So she said, yes, that sounds lovely, and I asked her to pick the one she liked. So I got these 2 here. Freya's choice entirely. This one here is called Fruit, and it is 50 pieces. So they've got, I think there are 4 in total that they've released. 2 of them are 50-piece puzzles, and the other 2 are 100-piece puzzles. So I suggested to her that maybe she could pick a 50-piece and a 100-piece and have a go at both and just see how she likes them and, you know, what she likes of the designs and things. So she's picked the 50-piece fruit puzzle, which I suppose would probably go that way, I guess, kind of like a portrait. And she also picked the 100-piece puzzle called Yummies. And that's kind of like a collage puzzle, really, with various yummy-looking foodstuffs across the puzzle. So look out for a video on these 2 puzzles that I'll be doing very soon with my daughter Freya. And the third Cloudberries puzzle that I got was purely because I was on the website looking to buy the children's puzzles, and they had a kind of puzzle offer specific for a specific puzzle. It was like half price, I think. And it was for this puzzle, which is called Symmetry. And I do quite like this puzzle. I've seen it a few times and thought, that's quite a nice design. So when I saw it was on offer and I was already buying a couple of puzzles, I just added it to the basket and came away with Symmetry as well. So my Cloudberries puzzle collection is getting bigger. But of course, the children's puzzles don't look quite the same as all the other ones. So they look a little bit different on the shelf. But they are Cloudberries puzzles, and I got this one as well for me. So they are my Cloudberries puzzles. I'll go with this one next because you will have already seen this. I've actually built this puzzle. This I bought because I wanted to do, I've seen a lot of wooden puzzles being built on Instagram and also on YouTube, and I've been wanting for quite a long time to give a wooden puzzle a try. So I wasn't sure which brand I was going to go for, but I decided to have a look at Wentworth wooden puzzles. And they actually recently had a summer sale. In fact, I think it might still be on, which made them a little bit cheaper. It was like 20% off, I think, that I got this one for. And so I decided just to pay the money and get myself a wooden puzzle, and I went for this Wentworth wooden puzzle, which is called Rainbow Feathers. Now, I actually did a video on this just last week, so again, you will more than likely already know that I have this, but this was a purchase during my my moving house puzzling break, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. I'm definitely going to be doing some more wooden puzzles by different brands, and perhaps another Wentworth as well at some stage, but this was one of the purchases I got during that period, so I just wanted to mention that in the haul briefly. So yeah, my first wooden puzzle, I was really pleased with that. Okay, so I will just very briefly touch on this one. This is the one I mentioned when I was talking about the Cloudberries children's puzzles. This is called Triceratops, and it's a 3D puzzle. I have never done a 3D puzzle on the channel before, and I had planned on doing one at some stage, but I hadn't bought myself one. But it just so happened that a company called Cubic Fun got in touch with me and asked me if I'd like to have a look at their 3D puzzles and choose one to do a review on. And I thought, well, you know, why not? I didn't have a specific brand in mind that I particularly wanted to do. I know obviously that Ravensburger do some 3D puzzles. I know that there's the Puzz 3D range, which are kind of the obvious ones, but they sent me this and I thought it looked really nice, and I thought it would be a really good one to do with my son, as I said earlier. And it just fit in nicely with you know, the mini-series idea that I'd already had to do just a couple of puzzles that were geared specifically toward children, and see how they get on and kind of what they think of it, and just sort of review it, just like a child's eye review, if you like. And I'll be there alongside them both while they're building, because I can't resist getting involved. I have to put a piece in, at least one piece. But anyway, that's where this puzzle came from. It's from Cubic Fun, and I'm actually really looking forward to doing this with Jasper. I think it's going to be really good, and I think it's quite an educational puzzle too. It's got National Geographic logos on it, so it's got kind of an educational element to it. Teaches you about the dinosaur as well, and facts and figures about this particular type of dinosaur. So that is that one. Right, this one. This is it's a double pack Clementoni Panorama set. Now, I have done 2 Panorama Clementonis for the channel. They are here behind me, The Witcher, and this one I did very recently, the Disney Orchestra, which was the 1,000 piece version. I did a comparison video on that with the giant version of it. When I actually uploaded that video, quite a few people commented on it, and one person in particular told me about a third version of the puzzle that exists, of the Disney Orchestra puzzle. And I thought, I've not heard of this, and I've never seen this this third version. And they told me that it was basically part of a double pack. And I had a look online, and I put the information in, and up it popped. And this is it here. I bought this from eBay. And so the Disney Orchestra puzzle in this pack is similar to the other two, but there are some pretty marked differences actually. So the thing that marks the difference with this top one here, the thing that marks the biggest difference in my opinion is that this one has only the orchestra and no audience members inside the curtains. So it's the Disney Orchestra with no audience members, We also have the addition of the stage lights at the bottom at the front, which also means we've got a little bit of the sheet music there at the front as well. Now, when I compared the giant puzzle with the smaller puzzle, it was obvious that they'd taken a few of the little characters out, a few of the little details. There were no stage lights in the other 1,000 piece one. And the whole thing just looked a bit more kind of spread out evenly and not so cluttered. With this one, they've done something different again. The small creatures that are missing from that one are still missing from this one, but we've got stage lights in this one. We've got one piece of sheet music, and for some reason, no audience. I really do need to look into the order of release for these and try and figure out how Clementoni's kind of gone about this. Whether it started with this one and then they made another one because people liked it, and then they brought out a giant one, or whether it was the giant one that came first. I don't know. Because I'm not really sure why you would bring out a third version of it. It's a little bit strange. But anyway, the completionist in me just had to own this version of it as well. I have to own it. It's one of my favourite puzzles, the large one. One of the best puzzles I've ever done. I do love it. And I really enjoyed the 1,000 piece one as well. And when I found out there was another one, I thought, right, well, why not just get that as well? And then I'll have all three. So if anybody knows of a fourth or a fifth version out there, let me know, because I'll probably buy those too. And the other one that comes in the double pack, I don't actually know the name of this one. I can't see it on the box anywhere. But yeah, so essentially you've got Mickey and Minnie sitting on a bench and they're looking out over the ocean, and there's fireworks and there's images of Mickey and Minnie together, being very loving towards each other. There's a lighthouse and there's Pluto's there as well. And it is just a really nice picture. So I thought that would be a nice puzzle just to own anyway, as well. So perhaps that'll be a nice one to do at Valentine's or something like that. But anyway, that is the story behind this puzzle. And it was a new one that I got, again, off eBay. Right, I'm going to come to this puzzle last. This is the one I'm super excited about, but I'm also very excited about this one. This one has been on a long journey across the world, basically. This is a Tanya Wicks puzzle. And now Tanya Wicks is, she's a photographer, and she has brought out a few new puzzles based on her photography, and I've seen a lot of her stuff on Instagram, and I've thought for a while that her photographs and her puzzles really do look lovely, and I've heard a lot of good things about them. She's based in Australia, so this has had to wing its way from Australia to here. It took a little while, but it got here the other day. And the one I chose from her collection of puzzles is called Citrus Burst. I just love how fresh this puzzle looks. Like, it looks so lovely. Like, I want to eat these fruits. I just love the colours in it, and I love how fresh it looks, and just the whole picture and everything just looks like it's going to be a really lovely puzzle to do. And I really am still trying to just keep trying out new brands and things. I've bought a few new brands this year. I've done a few sort of first-time brands and first-time puzzles this year, and I'm keeping going with that. And this will be another first for me, Tanya Wicks. And she very, very kindly gifted me this puzzle. All I had to pay was the postage to get it here. So this was gifted to me by Tanya. So I would like to thank you very, very much, Tanya. I cannot wait to start this puzzle, and I will definitely let you know when I've done the video on it, because I'm going to be doing a YouTube video on this pretty soon. So yeah, so that's another good one. My last puzzle is this one here. Now then, I'm going to just move these out of the way so that we don't block the camera. This puzzle is a Piatnik puzzle. Now I'm assuming that I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know for certain. It looks like Piatnik, could be Pitnik, not sure. I'm going to say Piatnik. It's a puzzle brand that, again, I'd heard of but had never done before, so it's, again, a first-time brand for me. It's 6,000 pieces, and it is called Playing Cards. So, the story behind this one. I've got a story behind all my puzzles, right? So, The story behind this one is I had seen this one done a few times, seen pictures of it, but I had only ever seen a 1,000 piece version of it. And so I sort of clocked it in my mind and thought that's what I'm going to get, because I love card games. I love playing cards. And when I was a child, I used to play card games with my brother and sister. We used to play card games together as a family. I used to play with my stepdad. He taught me how to play cribbage and various other card games. And it just takes me back to happy family together times when we used to have a good laugh playing card games. And when I saw that that puzzle existed, I just really wanted it. Like, I'd never seen another one like it. And so, you know, that was just kind of there in the back of my mind to get one day. And what ended up happening was again, it was another commenter on YouTube mentioned a website to me, a blog spot. I think it's called 6,000 Pieces and More blog spot. And I'll put the details up on the screen. And I was quite intrigued by this because I'd never heard of it, and it gives information about large piece count puzzles. And I've done a few large piece count puzzles. I like the large piece count puzzles. So I went and had a look at it, and there's a whole list of all these different large piece count puzzles over the years that have been released, and it gives you information about the sizes and how many bags there are, and you know, how many it's split into and all that kind of stuff. And I thought I thought that was really, really useful, because sometimes you can't find that information out unless you actually have the box in front of you. So I was looking through it, and I ran across a 6,000 piece version of the playing cards puzzle that I really wanted. And I stopped in my tracks and I went, oh my goodness, there's a 6,000 piece version of it. That looks awesome. And I got really, really excited. And I gather that it said on that particular website that it's a rare puzzle. So I thought, I wonder how easy it would be to get hold of. And I had a look on eBay, and there was one on eBay that was still sealed. And I bought it. I bought it. I was a bit naughty and I bought the puzzle. But I do, in my defence, I absolutely love it. And I love large piece count puzzles. And to find out that there was a giant version of the one I was really, really wanting was just really exciting for me. And it's, again, a new brand, not tried Piatnik before. So I'm just so excited to start this puzzle. So excited. I've no idea how hard or easy it's going to be. I thought at first it might be quite easy, but actually with it being large, with it being 6,000 pieces, I think perhaps it might not be quite as easy as I'm thinking. But it is a collage, so, you know, there are definite categories that I can sort into and, you know, figure it out that way. But in any case, however difficult or easy it turns out to be, I cannot wait to build this puzzle. It's actually, interestingly enough, split into 2 bags of 3,000 pieces, which is the first 6,000 piece puzzle I have run across that is like that. Every other 6,000 piece puzzle I've seen or done has just been 1 bag of 6,000 pieces. This is the first one I've seen that's split into 2 bags of 3,000. So I'm undecided yet whether or not to do them separately. I think more than likely I'll mix them and just do it as a 6,000 piece puzzle. But it's just an interesting kind of observation, really. But yeah, so this was my last purchase in recent weeks, and the one I was most excited about, and so I've been very, very happy to share it with you today. So yeah, that's it. I've covered all the puzzles now that I've just bought recently. I hope to get all of them done in videos at some point soon. I've actually started, or I'm going to start very shortly, I've started filming on the 33k Edgica puzzle, which is sitting hiding in the corner just there. So look out for that. It's coming out very, very soon. My first video on that, which will be the section on the left-hand end of the wildlife puzzle. So, you know, some of these might not get done for a couple of weeks, but they will definitely get done. But yeah, I would love to hear which one you like the look of. which one you quite fancy seeing me have a go at, which ones you may be interested in Jasper and Freya doing. They're off for their summer holidays now, so you know, lots of opportunities for us to puzzle together, and I still have that Pokemon one, which I have been threatening to do with them. Actually, that brings me on to another point. I have another exciting purchase that I have made, and it isn't a puzzle, but it's related to puzzling. Oh, here we go. I'm going to record this on my iPad so I can show you, because my camera is currently on the tripod and I can't move it easily, but the thing I'm going to show you is rather big, so I can't move that easily either. So I'm just going to just transfer over to my iPad camera and I will show you my other exciting puzzle purchase, which also took place during my puzzling break. I really should stop having puzzling breaks because, you know, it just costs me too much money. You can see before you a piece of MDF board which goes from the floor to almost the ceiling, which is big enough to house a 6,000 piece Clementoni puzzle. Now, the Clementoni 6,000 pieces are the biggest ones I've done. They are slightly bigger in dimensions to the Educa 6K. So I sort of based it on that size and went a few centimetres over, and I got I think it's a 12mm thick piece of MDF board to do my large puzzles on, and I'm very excited. Now, you'll see there's a couple of screws in sort of strategic locations in the board, and that is because my friend who picked this up for me in his trailer, he's attached blocks to 3 separate areas on the back of the board, and they fit perfectly. They're sort of positioned perfectly to go on top of my puzzle table, which is here in front of me. He made the measurements and he's attached the blocks. So when I put this board on top of the table, it doesn't wiggle around, doesn't slide about, it goes nicely on, and it's thick enough and heavy enough to stand the weight of the tripod when it's got the counterweight on it, and it's going to be perfect for my large piece count puzzles, including this one. And the 5,000 piece puzzles that I've still got to do. So I'm very excited about that because I've actually been wanting to build my large piece count puzzles on an area that's big enough to actually build the puzzle as a whole. Up to now, I've been using my puzzle table, and that's meant I've had to use foam boards and build it in sections, which is fine and allows me to build large puzzles, but I'd really love to be able to film some of the videos where you can see the puzzle coming together as a whole, rather than in sections which I then have to kind of put together either on the floor or, you know, in some other area. It would be great if I could just film the whole thing coming together. So, as I say, I can at the very least do that with my 6,000 piece puzzles and my 5,000 piece puzzles, and any puzzles where I build it in sections, like the 4,500 piece sections of a 9K Ravensburger and the 3,000 piece sections of my wildlife puzzle. So that is really exciting for me. So yeah, that's kind of part of the puzzle haul, if you like, but it isn't a puzzle. So I thought I'd just show you that. So exciting videos to come, so please do stay tuned for those. And in the meantime, I will wish you happy puzzling, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!